Hello and welcome back to Conscious Evolution. I'm your host Alan. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Thanks for pressing play. I appreciate it. Hit the like button or don't. Whatever you feel led to do. I just wanted to come on and make a quick video because I talked to an old friend today. It was actually weird. I talked to two old friends that contacted me one way or another today, within an hour of each other, which was quite synchronistic, and it reminded me of religion. And I haven't put a whole lot of thought or energy into religion anymore because at the beginning of my channel I decided I wasn't gonna go down that path and talk about Jesus and God and the Bible because it's not my calling. It's not. It doesn't fully resonate with me. The book and Jesus's words fully 100% resonate with me all the way. But I see it differently than, mainstream religion is gonna teach it to you and preach it to you. That's the thing. It says in there, seek God first. Meaning seek God individually. Seek him on your own. Come to your own opinions and conclusions. Go within is what it means. So my issue with religion, like, look, I love religion, but not in the fear-based sense of it. I do believe, however, that many people find God in church. They do. They just find it, and they live in fear that if they do this, that they're going to be in original sin. There's no such thing as original sin. You're here living a human experience. You're here living a physical experience. There's no sin in that. The way I see it is life is but a dream, just like the what is that, the fairy tale, or the nursery rhyme. It's like, merrily, 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 life is but a dream, because it is. When you transition back into spirit, Bashar just said this in his Conscious Life Expo. When you transfer back into spirit, when you transition, meaning when you expire, when your human body ceases to operate in this physical realm, you transition back into the spiritual realm. That's when you wake up and when you realize who you truly are. It's like when you're sleeping here, when you fall asleep and you have like a bad dream or any kind of dream or something, that you wake up and you're like, oh man, and then you're like, okay, I know I know where I'm at, I know who I am. Okay, this is real. This is what you think. This is real. That's what happens when you transition to the other side. You wake up and you're like, oh, okay, this is who I really am. This is what's real. We're all energy. We're all consciousness. Our consciousness is what drives this body. So the issue I have with religion is the fear. They sell fear. They teach you that you were born into original sin. How fucked up is that? Think of yourself as a parent. If you have a kid and you bring that kid into the world, would you put a paradigm around them saying that just because they were born, they are in the original sin, that they are in a sinful life because they were born? No. If you had your children at any point in time, no matter how upset you were with them as they were growing up, would you condemn them to a lake of fire? To hell? To purgatory? No. So if you believe God is your creator, then why would he do that to his children? Why would he cast you out? That's judgment. Why would he judge you? God isn't going to judge you. Only you can judge yourself. That's what this is all about. That's where the church doesn't let you get so far. They claim they're spiritual, but they only allow their congregation to get so spiritual. It's like they're only allowed to a certain extent, and then they're taught the rest of it is fear. Don't do that. That's the devil. Nope. Don't mess with that either. No, that's original sin. Oh no, don't do that. You'll go to hell for that, for sure. Love thyself. Love thy neighbor. Don't judge. The laws of the Bible are love. It's literally all love. They say that hate is equal to killing somebody. So meaning that holding hatred in your heart is just as much of a sin as killing, as murder. Think about that for a second. Hate. You know how many people in this world are walking around with hatred in their heart? That hatred is from an anger which stems from fear. There's only two ways to make decisions in this life, and it's either in fear or in love. Think about that. Think about every decision you make from now on. How and why you're making that decision. Are you deciding to go that way based in love, like pure love, or is it because of a fear? I did that in the beginning. Like a year ago, I started asking myself that question. And you will be astonished. If you're being honest with yourself, you're really taking some inventory and going within, you'll be astonished at how often you subconsciously or unconsciously, even consciously, make decisions in fear. The majority of the time, you make decisions based on fear. Fear is an illusion, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. These are things that people made up in order to continue to control you. This is the fear, guilt, and control matrix. So if you're operating with anything in the fear or control, and to control people, you instill fear so they do what you say. I know. I was an expert at manipulating people. That's what I did. That's how I was raised. I was raised being manipulated. And I had to really think about this because it's on like a subconscious level. I still try to control certain circumstances. I still try to do that. And that's a fear. That's a lack consciousness. And I can't be a part of that. I don't want anything to do with that. But I understand it's so hard. You spend your whole life being programmed. You're being programmed from birth. Over and over and over again. Just program fear, 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 more fear. Oh, you're finding love, fear. Fuck. That's exhausting. I feel a lot better. I just had to say that. I just had to say that, get that off my chest, because someone told me they were worried about me getting away from Jesus and from God, and that I'm living in original sin. Like, there's no fucking thing. That's not real. That doesn't exist. It only exists if you allow it to exist. If that is the prison you're putting your mind in, then it exists for you. It doesn't exist for me. And I'm closer to God, to my creator, to source energy than most people can imagine, or even that you can't even fathom it. Because you don't believe that you're connected to source. You are connected. You are source energy in a human body. You are connected to the energy that creates worlds. Think about that. That is power. You are powerful. We're naturally multidimensional beings who are ascending in consciousness in physical form right now. That's what we're going through. The awakening is not the awakening to the world going to end and, there's going to be this, that, the third, and we're all going to die. But if you're there, I understand, because that's where I spend a lot of time. And that's fear. Nothing's going to happen to the planet. The planet's changing drastically. Weather patterns are changing. It's going to snow where it never snowed before. And the weather's going to change. It's continuing to change. It's been changing for years. And it's going to continue to radically shift. And it's going to get cold. But there's not going to be a mass extinction level event. It's not going to happen. I love you guys. And I feel like I really had to get that off my chest, because that's really weighing on me for a while. Because I want to say these things, but it's been like I was too afraid to say it publicly, and I'm refusing. I will not live in that fear anymore. If I'm afraid of something, I'm going to face it head on. And I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to grow from that. So, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to my rant. Be the change that you want to see in this world. And just love yourself, because you are source energy in a human body. You are powerful. Love you guys.